This video is sponsored by Skillshare. With the services Skillshare provides, you can get access to many in-depth tutorial videos on basically anything you want to learn. Each class that they have is bound to help you with your creative endeavors. Do you want to learn how to make videos like this one? Do you want to learn how to write scripts or edit audio? Skillshare has you covered. And with our link, you can have a 14-day free trial. So what are you waiting for? Click the link now and get 14 days worth of classes free! Link in the description below. Hey, what's happening everyone? It is I, the man, the myth, the mustache, Tim here, and have I got a brand new video and series for you! Welcome to part 1 of Iida Dies! Wait, what, that's in the script? Wait, that's the title of the script? Well, I guess sit back, relax, and enjoy yourselves because you're definitely in for a ride. So let's get this story going, shall we? Hosu was on fire. The attention of the pro heroes was split between rescuing citizens, putting out the fires, and taking down the 3 Nomu that were attacking. Not a single licensed hero was aware of what was happening in the shadows. The only one who was aware was the younger brother of the recently hospitalized Ingenium. The class rep of 1A was on a mission of vengeance as he hunted down the man who nearly killed his big brother. Meanwhile, in an alleyway on Ekuo Street, the pro-hero native was at the mercy of the hero killer. The murderous vigilante held the paralyzed and injured hero against the wall, his jagged and angry-looking katana waiting for the final blow. Before the hero killer could end his target's life, he could hear someone moving quickly nearby. Wind rushed through the alley as a young man in armor appeared. Stain rolled his eyes, unamused. "Beat it, kid. I'm in the middle of something. You're the hero killer, correct?" Stain didn't answer. This boy had just discovered him, and yet he was already wearing Stain's patience. Iida ripped off his helmet and glared at the murderer before him. The hero killer recognized the vengeful flame burning in the young man's eyes. "You put my brother in the hospital. You completely murdered his career as a hero. I'll make you pay for that!" The emotional hero in training threw his helmet at Stain, who was quick to parry the projectile. Having his attention forcibly shifted, Stain dropped native and took a couple of calculated steps towards Iida. "Listen, I have my reservations on killing a kid. I'm giving you one last chance to walk away. I suggest you take it. Don't do anything hasty, kid. Run the other way and bring reinforcements here." Iida wasn't backing down, not for a moment. He ran at the hero killer with only the idea of destroying the monster that hurt his brother. Stain countered the attack effortlessly and slashed Iida's leg. Before the UA student could register the pain from his injury, his body suddenly felt numb and heavier than lead. The sound of metal on stone resounded throughout the area as Stain threw Iida to the ground. What the heck? Tell me, hero, between your thoughts of revenge, did it ever cross your mind to get the wounded to safety? Iida's eyes landed on native. The wounded pro-hero met the gaze of the UA students. The expressions of distress and pain were clear. Iida was slowly starting to realize his fatal mistake. Pain shot through the young man's shoulder as the hero killer's blade pierced between the armor plates. "Fake heroes like you disgust me. Your minds are never focused on saving those in need. You only care about your own agendas. You don't know me. You have no idea who I am." Stain twisted the blade in Iida's shoulder, causing the boy to cry out. Native wanted to rush to the boy's aid, but his body was still immobilized. "Stop that! He's just a kid!" Stain hurled a dagger at Native. The blade left a deep cut on the hero's face before it lodged itself into the brick wall behind him. "I'll get back to you in a moment." The hero killer pulled his sword from Iida as he returned his attention to the UA student. "I have a pretty good idea of what kind of person you are. You're a self-minded fame chaser out for revenge and fueled by hate. You lack the light of true heroism." You're wrong." Iida did his best to glare at Stain, the fire still burning bright in the young man's eyes. "I am Ingenium, and in the name of my brother, I'll end you." Stain shook his head. "It's a shame. Such wasted potential." The hero killer raised his battle-worn katana over his head. First, this misguided student. Then, the fake hero he was dealing with moments ago. A blur of green lightning zipped through the alleyway before colliding with the hero killer. Iida couldn't believe what he was seeing. Midoriya was actually there in front of him.
Your friend came to save you. Talk about a turn of events.
Stain's piercing eyes moved to Midoriya.
If you and I clash, the weaker will be cold. Now what will you do?
The green-haired boy squared up against the hero killer. Meddling in things that don't involve you. That's what it means to be a hero. Stain was taken off guard for a moment by the student's proclamation. Midoriya rushed at Stain, dodging the blades of the trained assassin. It would seem that the UA student was faster than the hero killer. Iida was forced to watch helplessly from the ground as his teammate fought to defend him. He knew his eyesight was the best, which was why he wore glasses. But how could he have been so blind? Not only had Iida's anger driven him to face a known killer alone, but his friend was concerned enough about him to look for him. And now, Midoriya was risking his life to save him? Iida would have clenched his fists if he could move. Why didn't I just talk to my friends? Iida thought. They might have been able to talk me out of this stupid revenge plot. A small cry of pain brought Iida out of his mind. Midoriya was down and unable to move. There was only a small scrape on the green-haired boy, but that's all Stain needed in order to use his quirk.
You're clever, kid, and you have the makings of a true hero, so I'll keep you alive.
The hero killer approached the still paralyzed Iida. All eyes were locked onto the scene, fear and horror clear on all faces, except for Stain. His bloodshot eyes were cold and focused on his mission. He was going to purge this corrupt society of its false heroes, even if it meant ending the life of someone so young. Stain saw bright orange flames rushing straight for him. The fire only grazed him as he dodged the attack, locking eyes with what distracted him for the third time that night. Midoriya, you need to give more details on time like this. Todoroki made himself known as he stepped closer, flames softly dancing on his left side. The hero killer was running very short on patience, and knew things were slowly tilting out of his favor. Be careful, Todoroki. He can paralyze you if he ingests your blood. Don't worry, he won't get close enough to try that. A stream of ice ran at Stain, threatening to freeze him where he stood. The trained assassin avoided the attack with greater speed than the heterochromatic teen had anticipated. Todoroki attacked with more flames before following up with ice. Stain avoided both attacks before rushing and attacking with his katana. The jagged blade almost took off the young man's arm. Todoroki! Midoriya was shocked that he was able to move. How could that be? He was the most recent person to get paralyzed. Like all quirks, Stain's had limitations, and Midoriya just realized what that might be. While Todoroki had the enemy distracted with ice and fire, Midoriya rushed to attack him from behind. The punch landed and sent Stain to the ground. Todoroki, Iida, and Native had stunned expressions on their faces as Midoriya moved to Todoroki's side. Midoriya, I think I know how his quirk works. The paralysis isn't as potent depending on the blood type. I see, which is why the others still can't move. The hero killer became visibly frustrated. To have his quirk figured out by a child was rather upsetting. This conflict was taking too long. Stain had to finish this quickly. You getting close. I'll cover you from afar. Got it! Midoriya and Todoroki tag team Stain, one attacking at a distance, while the other danced around the hero killer at close range. The two high schoolers were just holding out against the seasoned assassin. While his friends fought, Iida was thinking through possible plans to help his classmates. They were bleeding and injured, risking their lives to make up for his mistake, and Iida would be damned before they die for him. Iida noticed he was able to move his fingers. Stain was starting to learn the tells and movements of the two UA students. He slashed Midoriya, countering the green-haired boy's smash attack. Stain lapped the blood from the blade. Midoriya fell to his knees as the paralysis overcame him again. Stain's eyes locked onto the half-and-half hero in training. The pause in the switches between cold and hot didn't go unnoticed by the hero killer. After avoiding a flame attack, Stain threw a dagger at Todoroki. The blade cut deep into Todoroki's left cheek. Blood trickled from his face, which was the hero killer's goal. Todoroki hadn't anticipated how fast his opponent could move. Stain was in his face in a matter of seconds. The long, geographic tongue of the hero killer lashed out at his target as one hand grabbed onto Todoroki's face. Flames erupted from the UA student, causing Stain to move away. There was a quiet moment of tension as the flames crackled. Todoroki was still standing. He could still move. It seemed like he defended himself against Stain's quirk in time. A crooked smile came across Stain's face. He moved his hand to his mouth and licked the dark red residue that was smeared there. A wave of numbness consumed Todoroki's limbs as he fell to the pavement. Iida, Midoriya, and Native collectively felt their hearts skip a beat. Iida growled under his breath. This wasn't how it was supposed to go.
You're Endeavor's kid, aren't you?
The hero killer approached the immobilized Todoroki.
You might turn out to be just like him. A glory-chasing firebug who doesn't care about the people you're defending. But you did go out of your way to save your friends. So I'll let you live for now. You have a few years to change my mind.
Todoroki was fuming from every word that came from Stain's mouth. A shame he couldn't use his quirk in his current state. Stain stepped past Todoroki and began walking towards Iida, who was still on the ground. The Class 1A rep tensed his jaw as he glared at the approaching man.
Time to finish what was started, Ingenium.
I agree. Iida went from 0 to sprinting as he pushed off the ground. The burst of speed was unexpected as Iida rushed in for the attack. Stain tried to block the attack with his sword, but the successor to Ingenium wasn't going for a body shot. Iida's kick collided with Stain's hand. The force of the blow not only broke a few of the hero killer's fingers, it also knocked the sword from his grasp. The angry katana plunged deep into the brick wall. Stain's eyes locked onto Iida's face. He noticed that the fire in the eyes had changed. It doesn't matter what you end up doing to me. Win or lose, I won't let you hurt anyone. I am Ingenium, and your days are done, hero killer Stain. Stain could assume that more pro heroes were on their way. The green-haired teen was able to share their location without him noticing, but the boy in front of him didn't have enough experience to tango with him, not to mention his loose cannon behavior earlier. But something had changed in the young man. His body language, his rhetoric, they weren't the same compared to a few moments ago. Vengeance fueled the one called Ingenium some odd minutes ago, but not anymore. Stain pulled out 2 tactical daggers from his underarm holsters and got into an aggressive stance. An excited smile found its way onto his face.
So you'd rather die on your feet then? I guess that's admirable. Let's see how long you'll last, Ingenium!
And that's our video for today, so thank you all indulging yourselves in our story thus far. I hope you enjoyed it. Now there are a few more things I'd like to go over before the video ends. First, we have a second channel called Anime Deep Dive. Anime Deep Dive goes over the hard facts and lore of a wide variety of anime, which is sure to expand your weeb knowledge of all kinds, guaranteed. On top of that, we have a third channel called We the Celestials Naruto What Ifs. It's what we do here, but in the vast world and lore of Naruto. So go check that out if you're in the mood for some jutsu action. Secondly, on behalf of We the Celestials, I want to thank everyone involved in the production of today's awesome content. Their details will be in the description below. Finally, if you're interested in what we do here at We the Celestials, I want to extend an invitation to join our team. We only have one caveat: you must be 16 years or older. You can find our Discord in the description below. Our Discord is an all-around fantastic place to be, whether you're a fan or you're looking to join our band of misfits. All you gotta do is hit up the recruitment server and sign up for whichever category fulfills your interests. And that's it from us for today's video. So thank you all for watching, and once again, do have a great day. And before I go, I do have a message that pertains to this particular video. Do not let vengeance or revenge take over your mind. It leads to a dark and lonely path that you will never gain satisfaction from, no matter how much you think it will help you. You will lose sight of who you are. Keep who you are. Keep your weirdness, keep your truths and ideals, but stay you. This has been Tim, Mustache out.